seen a lot of restaurants that just, are scared to adopt to new technology, or let alone just digital things or email lists, as you mentioned. And they kind of go by this whole print coupon, Clipper magazine, value pack, and the restaurant's job is to create great food and a great dining experience. They don't know SEO optimization. Not necessarily pros in this. And I'll never forget. I remember getting there was a pizza place that ended up closing down, but this amazing promotion that got mailed to my house, and it had expired already, right, when it came to me. And I remember talking to the restaurant owner about how proud he was, and he put a lot of money into it. Print is pretty expensive, right? And so he put the time, had the prices were changing and different themes and so forth, and all of that hard work, and he didn't even get it out in time. And so it's really important, if you do that digitally, the cost savings is much, much more effective than the archaic kind of print, which probably brings in a different demographic as well, which you have to kind of know if that is your target market or not. So.
And for those of you who were listening to my story about Jose seeing a sample of direct mail campaign that a vendor had sent along to us just blindly, and it was sitting on my desk, and Jose looks at it and he's like, "What's this?" I was like, "That's meant for the trash, Jose. Just pop it in the trash. We're not going to use that." No, but for me, the pet peeve is we really need to be cognizant about what our dining experience is, right? Because it's curated, it's envisioned by someone as just innovative as Jose and our culinary team. So for us, technology in the dining space needs to be an enhancement, needs to be something that's going to add to the experience, not be the centerpiece of the experience. So I think that a lot of restaurateurs, perhaps in the industry, are of the mindset that any bit of new technology that comes out, they need to leverage it and they need to jump on it in order to take advantage of it and monetize it. But again, really for us, it's how do we use technology in a way that's an enhancement versus the centerpiece of what we do?
Yeah, I mean, just to piggyback on that thought, at Sweetgreen, we also always think about digital and technology as an extension of the authentic in-store experience that we're looking to create. Like, we're not looking for digital to replace that in-store experience, that authentic human connection that we have. So we try to take things one step at a time. And I think from a technology perspective, one of my, and this is me speaking, I guess, as someone on a product team, and less as a consumer, but it trickles down to the consumer at the end of the day, right? Is for a restaurant company, there are probably 6 or 7 really important systems or infrastructures you have to put into place. They all need to talk to each other, and the amount of time and effort and honestly money that goes into those types of endeavors to give the guests what they need or what they think that they need is tremendous. And I think for smaller restaurants, and we started out there too, right? You can't do it all. You need to pick and choose where you're gonna optimize for the biggest bang, right? For us, it was starting out with online ordering, and then we had this separate rewards app. I'm sure some of you guys use our app, and actually going through the entire process of integrating those two experiences, there was even single sign-on, was probably a year and a half of work, and us pulling our hair out. And I probably have a ton of gray hairs now in this right leg here, but yeah, I mean, I think there's just so much technology that a restaurant could be using, and to get it to all talk together is sometimes an uphill battle.
Yeah, just one last thing. At the end of the day, and both of you guys mentioned this, it's the service industry, right? And so you need people, you need the human element. Technology should not be the center. You want the dining experience, right? I don't know if anybody's been to Reagan International Airport lately, but they've switched everything in one of the restaurants to all iPads. And it's absolutely,
it's
so
also
frustrating.
Carla Hall owns it, and it's one of the biggest grossing restaurants she owns is an airport restaurant.
It's crazy, right? And they get the business, they get the contract, put it all through, but try asking for extra sauce, right? It's almost impossible, as opposed to talking to Stacy, the server, who just told you she's from Arkansas and made experiences. Now we created common ground about my friend that just came back, and now she can take that additional kind of hot sauce order in half a second versus trying to solve a riddle and build a rocket to kind of just get one more condiment over to your table. So yeah, the human element's totally taken out, and I don't think it's great for the restaurant space, because certainly want that service industry. So.
Yeah, I mean, I was racking my brain and be like, don't say something that has to do with a website. I was like, music on a website, but I, when you were talking about the not being the technology not being the center, I immediately thought airport is a little bit different. But you know, I've even gotten wine lists that are on an iPad, and I just feel like that glow makes me feel like I'm at work. You know, they didn't have night shifts the last time I held one of those, but yeah, I think I can't get into the iPad menus.
This is something I actually talked to my mom before I talked to you guys, and I asked her if she knew of Spotluck or Sweetgreen or Beefsteak having an app, and two of you guys succeeded. So my mom knows about Spotluck and she knows about Sweetgreen. So Think Food Group, you need to do something there. I don't know what you're doing with the over 40 crowd, but what, in terms of your app audience and users, talk about that in terms of who they are, like the numbers, just, and also what are they doing with your app? You're using them all for a variety of different things, and I think in unique ways. Talk about how you decided to do that and what it required to build that app.
Well, I feel like I got called out.
Sorry about that.
I gotta step up here. So, you know, for us, the app generation was built after the first of our stores was opened, and from a demographic perspective with the GW store, right there on university campus essentially, that was a driving force of probably adoption right there. And you know, I think our brand is, although not intentionally millennially targeted, really speaks well to that. And that kind of adoption is probably what's potentially influencing your mom's lack of acknowledgement there. But but you know, for us, that foray into app development with our group, we're a group with, and what makes it so challenging for us is, we have a saying within Think Food Group, it's called embracing complexity. And I'm sure you can kind of wrap your head around why that would be the case, considering we have 16 different concepts, 26 locations globally. We range from fast casual in the form of beefsteak to upscale casual like Kaleo and Zetinia, to absolute fine dining with Minibar or Bazaar in Miami or Beverly Hills. So, you know, we're spanning the gamut here, and so this was our first foray into the app world. We wanted it to be playful. If you used, please, I encourage you to download the app, and if you look at the app, it's playful with the incorporation of our beefsteak universe, the veggie characters and the like. So admittedly, there's some work for us to do in order to make sure that it is in front of everybody, and hopefully at least in front of however many of you there are in this room after you leave here.
I have your app, just so you're aware.
I know, I'm
yeah,
like going
I have the
hardcore
app.
now.
I work in Foggy Bottom. I go there all the time. Sorry about that.
So, from Spotluck's perspective, right, you know, first of all,